It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talk Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this past week, I went back to Langley for probably the last time this year. Where they do the business of espionage, the world's second oldest profession. I was there, researching, doing data analysis, doing SDRs, building covers and legends, talking to, spies. No, I wasn't doing that. I don't do that. I don't work there. I don't do none of that. All I do is podcasts. That's all I do. I don't do any of that, ever. Be cool to do it, but I don't. So anyways, I'm going to get into the last episode of the season for CIA. But before I do that, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Modesto, California. Got some place in Modesto, California. Appreciate that. Got this gratitude. And I believe that Modesto, California was in the Fast and Furious. I think the first one, I may or not be right on that. But I think in some movie I saw Modesto was in it. And whatever movie that was, it looked like a beautiful city. So one of these days I have to go over to Modesto, hang out, see the sights, eat some food, chill, hang out with people. So thanks for listening. Appreciate guys' gratitude. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by my album, Welcome to the Great Game. It's me rapping my unique style of electronic synth beats. And in this particular album, I kind of posit or say that maybe life is possible in the game. And in the songs, I explore ideas that could possibly help in that game. This may or may not be true, but it's what I explore. And one additional thing too, my homeboy rhyme artist from Tejas is on the track with me. We've not rapped together for 10 years. They had to bring him back. So I said, rhyme artist, let's do our thing. So he blessed the track. We rapping together again. Thanks a lot, rhyme artist. Appreciate you. Yes, if you want to hear the album, I'll put the link below. Check it out. Now, let's get on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, so I will get into the last episode of CIA in a minute. But I do want to say something really quick. So in the last few days, me, Jay Cortez, the podcaster, has a life outside of this, community, outside the space, outside of podcasting, outside of entertainment, outside the arts. I do regular stuff. I tell you guys all the time I do regular stuff. This is a true story. I do regular stuff, and I'm talking about really regular. And if you've seen what I do, you're like, yeah, bro, you do really regular stuff. This is facts. And when I'm doing these regular things, like regular human beings do, I know a lot of people, and we do these things together. This is what happens. So I've been able to kind of keep those worlds separate, and not for any nefarious reasons. It just never really came up, and wasn't need to really share it. Because then when I was bragging, hey, look at me, I podcast. There was no need for it. Some of my peeps I know outside of the space, they kind of found out. So if you listen to this podcast, hey, what's up? This is what I sound like. So if you decide to listen, I do want to say this to my regular listeners and the peeps and where I do other business. So me and these individuals have a lot of conversations over the years, some for many years. We're talking a decade back, some not as much. But over the course of years, had very good conversations. A lot of exchange of ideas. And a lot of the ideas in this podcast have been built on a lot of those conversations. I have a lot of conversations with humans, and nothing negative, nothing nasty or, like that. Just conversations about ideas, exploring possibilities of what some things mean and what they are, tons of these conversations over and over again. And a lot of them you'll find in these podcasts. Now, if you, my people that know me and for real, real, we do the work together. If you do go down this rabbit hole, you may hear something, oh, we talked about that. Yeah, because I have used some of that in this space because you guys help me develop or find different ways of looking at this. And so, no names are given. I don't to protect the innocent. But, if you're offended anyway, I apologize. I mean, not trying to steal your ideas. But you guys did help me get to certain spaces with certain ideas to just find more truth in it, for lack of a better term. And I appreciate you guys. So I do want to thank you guys. I was slightly feel a certain type of way because it just was unexpected. But I appreciate you guys that I know out in that space. You guys are phenomenal human beings. I probably don't tell you to your face a lot because just right at the appropriate time to do that. But all you people that discover this, that know me, the other version of me that does other stuff, the real stuff with it, for lack of a better term, I appreciate you guys. You're phenomenal people. You're good people, good fan people, good quality people. You guys remind me that America is still a beautiful, great place despite what you see on the media a lot of times. These are real Americans I know who are real people with real families that do real stuff and just trying to make it. They'll do their thing and just survive, make it. And these are great human beings. I just want to say that to you guys if you hear this, because I don't think I've said it in real life enough. And so even though I do this podcast and I'm super famous and super rich, you guys are still super cool, and I'm not better or bigger than anyone. I'm a regular dude that does the same things you guys do. So if I've ever come off like I'm a little bit much, it's not intended. I apologize. I just run my mouth and talk like what you guys probably know very well. So anyways, my regular listeners from not my area that know me, you know me this way, and there's other spaces, places I play in where I live that I do different things, and people just know me their way. But it's nothing different. It's all the same. I'm the same human. I'm still the same OG. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get into the podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, this week we closed out CIA. The last episode called Broken Glass. They found the mole last episode. But who was pulling the strings of the mole? He's got a mole, but someone was pulling those strings. Like, you got a mole, bro, but somebody was pulling the mole strings. Who was it? So in this particular episode, they seek out to find who pulled the strings. Who was the puppeteer? And so they find them. And I want to tell you who it is, but I feel that maybe you should find out yourself. Because I was very surprised by who it was. It was very unexpected. And if you've been following the show, you probably will be too. And if you haven't seen it, you maybe discover it yourself and have somebody telling you that. But I will say this, they find who's puppeteering the mole, and then, take that to the end to where that leads. That was the whole goal. And in the end, of course, like every show, they always tidy up and wrap it up and problem solve, because all these shows work. A happy ending, which is good. And so that happened. So what I want to do, though, is I don't want to spoil the show at all. I'm just going to kind of get into some things about this that I thought were cool or noticed, or so just dive into a little bit more. So I'm just going to say this. In general, in the whole game of espionage and CIA, and FBI and NSA and all these intelligence agencies, the way I see it as a layman outside the space, not in that world but outside, who's watched this show, many other shows, and tons of books and magazines and podcasts, and you name it. Like I said before, I probably just have a sliver, a small idea of what it's really like. I'm sure it's totally wrong, totally different. I bet you it is. But I still feel I have just a little clearer picture of it. And that world is a very interesting world that I find entertaining, that I find fascinating. It'd be interesting to know what it's like. But at 50, I'll never know. But I can always watch shows, read books. But anyways, that whole world, and they call it the Will of Submaris. And they call it the Great Game. Because it does feel, from reading the books and watch shows, like it's just a lot of uncertainty. And I was listening to a podcast today from an expert, and they said a lot of times that decisions are being made and choices being made, you don't have a full picture of what is actually happening. And I feel we as real people can kind of relate to that. So in the world of spying and espionage, the goal is to, gather intelligence, data, information, access from adversaries a lot of times. A lot of times it's our government or government bodies that want access to information from other bodies that don't want to give it up. So they want to get access to it, so they have a clear picture of how to maybe navigate that, engage with them, get advantage over them, whatever, right? It's not all the time. And even in the business world, corporate world, there's corporations that have a whole analysis wing. There's like a lot of these Fortune 500 companies have a whole wing that does that. There's also independent contractors. There's a whole world of people just doing this, right? This happens all the time. But in every aspect of it, they never usually have 100% clear picture, clear data. Just so you have analysts to come in and they analyze information and data, and they try to make decisions based on that. You're trying to look at what the other humans will do, take the data information you have, analyze it, and just get advantage of it. A lot of times to get advantage. But when they do this, picture's never clear. So you kind of have to just take an educated guess, hypothesis, choose to move forward, and hope it works. Now this kind of aligns with what, Tom Bilyeu, the guy who I podcast watch a lot. It's like basically living life is the same way. The data, information, make choices, test it out, see if it works, does not, try again. It's a scientific method. Basically, it's intelligence is kind of like the scientific method, a little bit, slightly, a little bit. And in our day-to-day lives, we're doing this all the time. You know, schools and insurance and cars and jobs and marriage and houses and all these things to attain this, get rid of this, do this. You just take the information you got and just try to make the best choice you can get. Get the information from humans, from books, from computers, from this and that. But generally, anytime you make a decision, you never really have the full picture. You kind of just have to jump in. And so sometimes people won't jump in. Now, me doing this podcast over the years in art, I just jumped in a lot of times. A lot of times it's art. These podcasts, they sound horrible. You should go listen to the first one. Don't respect my younger self, but the first one is not that great. I just wasn't as good as speaking, if you call this good, just wasn't as polished maybe. And so just sometimes you gotta jump right in with limited information, limited experience, and just see what happens. And a lot of the things I've done over the years is done just, let's see what happens. And so in this intelligent world, you gather information, the data, and you just see what happens. It's a lot more than that. I'm sure of it. But anyways, take away all the fancy cloak and dagger and the aliases and the SDRs and all this. It's basically just humans, knowing humans, interacting with humans. It's all about human relationships. It's just like the movies. It's just like Star Trek. It's just like anything else. Everything is human relationships. Being alive is just basically human relationships, interacting with humans. And how does that go? And also, additionally, too, in my opinion, going to a job, the hardest part is not doing the job itself. Usually the tasks they ask you to do at jobs, I've had a lot of jobs. Simple. The hard part, in my opinion, or the more difficult part, is the one that's harder to manage and deal with, is just the interaction with humans. A lot of personalities, a lot of this, a lot of that, and just trying to navigate that and deal with that in the best way possible. And like I talked about in the beginning, these people that discovered the podcast, that are not in this space, they're great people. These are great people to work with. They're phenomenal people. Shout out to you for listening. But so you guys know, you work in this space, you work in what I work, and you know a lot of it's just dealing with different personalities and how to navigate that. And we're all just trying to do the best we can and improve our lifestyle and just get better, do better, take care of our family. And sometimes rubbing shoulders with other people with different ideas, beliefs, it does kind of make the situation a little harder. And I will just say one last thing too, like, as far as dealing with human beings, a lot of times you guys have jobs where you work for many years and you know these people for years, right? You're on the same ship, you're in the same space. You might as well make it cordial, right? You might as well do that because you're stuck here like they're stuck here, like I'm stuck here, we're all stuck here, right? Let's just make it the best we can. Let's just try to work together just to try to just level ourselves up just a little bit. I know it sounds like some woo-woo, well, whatever, right? Some, everything is good kind of thing, because life don't work like that. But I just feel doing that probably will give us an advantage overall. And over the years and being different jobs over the years, I have seen where the environment between humans does get a little chaotic and tense. There's different personalities. A lot of times, these humans wouldn't be in the same space. But we are. We're in the same space together on this ship. And let's not make it the Titanic. Let's make it the Love Boat. How about that? I haven't seen Love Boat in a long time. Does the Love Boat have drama? Wherever the best boat you could be on, where it's the best experience, let's just make it that. Whatever that is. So anyways, yeah, CIA. It's done for the season. Are they bringing it back? I don't know. I haven't seen if it's got renewed or not. They married them out. I hope they do because I really like the show. The show was good. But like I tell you guys all the time, the shows of espionage is fine. That's my thing, bro. And this is one thing too, you guys that know me in the real world, you probably don't know that about me. So you guys know I like Star Trek, you know that a lot, I tell you that all the time. But the thing that I've kept to the best, and it's not really well known, is I love spy stories, I love spy books, I love all that. So now you know, I'm a well-read spy espionage aficionado. Yeah, the secret's out. My cover's blown, bro. So ladies and gentlemen, the podcast is done. I appreciate you guys in cyberspace. I appreciate you guys in real life. You hear this? And thank you very much. This includes podcast. And one last thing too, because CIA's over, I think Star Trek is coming back on TV like in a week or a month. It's coming up soon. So of course we're going to cover Strange New Worlds. Probably cover some movies, some sports. I don't know. I got to see where we go with this. I'll be back twice a week as usual. Keep bringing my unique perspective on movies, TV, sports, and flicks. I've been doing it for like a decade or whatever it is. And I know you really care, don't you? You care. You care with that. Do you? Maybe you don't. I don't know. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, we'll see you. if we find no real satisfaction or happiness in life without obstacles to conquer and goals to achieve. Maxwell Maltz. Till next time, Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.